Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream draft, Rotowire Online Championship on the High Stakes Fantasy Network YouTube channel and my Twitter account. I'm your host, Greg Ambrosius, and I'm with NFFC Hall of Famer Chris Vaccaro. Chris, how you doing tonight?
Greg, I am doing fantastic. I love this yearly ritual we have with these live streams every year. I look forward to this night. Me and you chop it up a little bit and take people through the draft board.
That's right. I got to ask you, in the past, have you won these live stream ones, or have I diverted your attention and you've done terrible in these?
That's a good question, Greg. I don't think last year I won. No, last year's league I did not win. I can tell you that much. I'd have to look back for the past years to see.
That's why this one filled so fast, because people knew you were not good at these during the live streams.
Greg, you might be onto something. I did hear you say earlier today about, hey, maybe everybody filled this up so fast because Chris is the fish. Maybe I'm looking at this all wrong, Greg. Maybe
you're the Hall of Famer, but maybe you're a guppy tonight. Who knows? And the Sharks came in, they came swimming, they saw you out there, right?
That's it, man. I'm thinking they just want to come and play and maybe learn something. There's draft strategies here, but maybe they're just here to take my money.
That's possible. Both are possible tonight. So we're going to have some fun tonight. You have the 8th pick, right?
That is correct.
All right. Talk to about KDS. Is this where you want to be? Are you going all over the place? You don't care right now? What's the word there?
I am mixing it up, but I will say this. I think that the 7 through 11 spots in the draft right now are the most comfortable I feel drafting. I think it puts you in a really nice landing spot early in the second round. I think I have like a top 17 that's locked in. So when you're in that 8th spot, you get one of your top 17 picks. So I like to plan it out through 2 rounds. My 3rd round, you're in the top 30 as well. I like that position, and as opposed to being at the end of the 3rd round. Everybody listening is 3rd round reversal here. Right. So I think there's a little bit of a drop off in the middle of the 3rd, and I like my landing spots at the late 4th, early 5th round as well. So 7 through 11 is a nice, easy drafting, easy living, the way I see it right now, Greg.
Yeah, I've had a lot of live streams, and guys have been saying they have a top 18. Some have said a top 20. So we do see a lot of people who like the back end of the draft, which is great. And again, in the NFFC, we have 3rd round reversal, 1 to 12 in round 1, 12 to 1 in round 2. Then back to 12 to 1, round 3. Why do we do it? It balances out the draft spot, all of the draft spots, and we've seen that through our history as well. So, all right, I'm going to bring in one more drafter tonight. He's the legendary Duke Viveros. So, Duke, come on and join us. Duke, welcome to the show tonight.
Hey, Greg. Hey, Chris.
Duke, the legend.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to our Golden Steer dinner on a Tuesday coming up in a couple of weeks over also, my friend.
Oh, I can't wait for that, Duke. Greg, every year we kick off the Vegas week out there. A bunch of us go to the Golden Steer, best steakhouse in Vegas over there. We eat like animals, and we have a good time before we go into war and kill each other for the next 4 days of drafts after that.
I hear you. It looks like a great time, but I've seen what you guys have either eaten or tried to eat that night, and I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's too much. I don't know how you guys eat the rest of the week, right?
Yes, it's true.
Duke, what do you have for tonight? What draft spot
I have pick 4. I've been living out of the 8 and 11 hole for the last 3 weeks, and so I'm going to the other side. I've done a few drafts on this side here. It just seems like you're kind of like in a little riptide compared to drafting out of 8 and 11 hole. Yeah. But I think I've got some good teams this past week, 1 through 4. And I'm starting to like it a little more and more as each day goes by here.
Okay, but you're kind of like Chris, where you like 7 to 11 a little better.
Yeah, that's been my honey hole, man. I can just build any kind of team that I want, any construction of roster that I want, and every team is different that I want, and that's why I like building out at 8-11 so far this year.
Yeah, and right now, Duke, correct me if I'm wrong. Like when we get to Vegas, the board might switch. You might want to be in the beginning of the draft as opposed to now. So I like getting in the back end of the first round in that 7 to 11 range, like Duke said. And when we get to Vegas, you can always move your guys up. So if you're on the other side of the board,
right.
And that's exactly what I'm doing, Chris. Is The receivers that I like, I can switch over to this side now, and they're flying up the around round and a half. The wide receivers that I do like, and I can still build the same construction, but with like different running backs out of the 1-2 hole that I usually get. Or now I can go with like a Gibbs, Jacobs with the receivers that I like, compared to A-Chain, Chase with the receivers that I like, and I like that format of mixing those players up and then constructing teams that way.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, pretty chalk to start out, really. We got Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Duke takes CD Lamb, and Malik Neighbors get pushed up.
Yeah, Neighbors gets 7. I've been seeing him fall back a little bit. I think his ADP is around 11 now for the last 3 days. So
let me check.
He's starting to fall back a little bit. Hold on, I got to go back into my draft here. Go. I'm going to take a guy that I haven't gotten much of, but I'm a fan.
Brian Thomas?
Brian Thomas.
All right.
Yes.
Sounds good. Let's see. He's been going right around pick 10. So right about where he's going, but you jumped up just a couple of spots.
Yeah, just a couple spots. You're seeing CMC actually land in that top 7, top 8 spot now in the last week. I guess people aren't scared of that tendonitis of the Achilles from last year and all the glowing reports that everybody's talking about so far through camp. So you're seeing him steadily land right in the middle of the first round.
Right. Yeah. When he got pushed up, then a couple of these wide receivers got pushed down. Right. So, but yeah, CMC's been in the first round the last couple of weeks because he hasn't gotten hurt yet. So there you go. Genty goes to team 12. Again, on his back end, we've talked about the last couple of weeks, either team 11 or 12 seems to go 3 wide receivers or go wide receiver heavy. And maybe that's because Duke's been on the back end of the draft boards these last couple of times.
You know, picks 7 through 15, get your guy. Just get your guy who you want. I don't care. I mean, you know, who cares? I mean, get your guy and build your team. You got a good idea. Nelson, I think, took Thomas in the 6th overall just the other day. You know, so what? He goes to 11-6. Get your guys that you want to do. Build your team that, you know, and there you go. You're good to go.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like the first round is, you know, the early second round, it's an extension of the first round this year, like the top 16, 17 players overall. So you're seeing a big mix outside of the top 5 or 6 overall. It's you could see a guy like Genty go 8th overall and the next day go 16th overall. You can see all these guys that we just saw come off the board go anywhere from 8 to 16 on any draft any night. And I don't think there's I don't think anybody's wrong for that. It's just preference.
Not at all. Not at all. Right. Correct.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the last 2 weeks in the NFFC Rotowire Online Championship. Brian Thomas, high of 5, low of 16. Right. Achan 7, 18. Puka 8, 21. Nico Collins 9, 18. So, like you say, there's that. They could be a first rounder or beginning of second rounder, and they basically have the same value to a lot of you guys.
You are up.
Yep. Okay, hold on. I must be doing something wrong. I got to get out of the. Here we go. I got to get into my draft board, fellas.
There you go. Take a look at
it. We are gonna go.
Chase Brown moving on up.
Yeah.
He was going several weeks ago, right at the end of round 2. People were getting Chase, and Burrow at that area. Not anymore, though. The usage, 86% of snaps last year, maybe even more this year? Is that what you're counting on?
Yeah, you get a nice piece of the offense here. Greg, that's another reason why when you're in the middle of the first round here and that those Neighbors, Thomas, Amon-Ra's, you know, it's nice to take those guys, build off a receiver. You know that you're going to have a nice selection of these running backs here. Chase Brown, Derrick Henry, Bucky Irving, Jonathan Taylor. These guys all land right in the middle of the second round to the end. So, you know, if you want to go get a big-time running back in the second round, it'll be standing there for you when you're drafting in that 7 through 11 spot. If you want to start running back, you could go double up right there. If you go receiver, you're going to have two really strong receivers at the back end there. So I like the start so far.
Yeah. Well, that's what, Duke, we were talking about that, right? Like every draft is different. And even for you, every draft is different, even if you're in the 7th spot, 2 drafts in a row, because you can do so many different things from there.
Yeah. I started out 3 running backs in a row, 2 running backs in a row. The very next hour and a half later, next draft, I go 5 wide receivers in a row.
Right.
I do, and it just
gotta mix it up.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see Bucky Irving living in the middle of the 2nd round. Some people might even jump him into that 13, 14, 15 overall range now with the Rachaad White groin injury news. If he's going to miss some time, and I know they're saying day to day now, but everybody lies. I never heard of a groin injury that's day to day. So Rachaad White misses some time. You might see people. The Bucky Irving bandwagon was getting full already, even before Rachaad White got the groin injury. You might see him move up a little bit now.
Yeah, so we had 6 wide receivers in the 1st round and 6 running backs. We already got 4 running backs right here. There we got 5. Teams 2 and 3 start out with back-to-back running backs. So 11 of the first 23 picks are running backs. Again, this was different than what we saw earlier in the drafting season, but right now these running backs are moving on up for sure.
Yeah, you're going to see rounds 14 through 18, I think, continually. You're going to see Chase. You're going to see Bucky, and you're going to see Ravens running back consistently in every single draft, especially in Vegas in the prime time, rounds picks 14 through 18. Those 3 guys will be going off the board in the middle of the 2nd round.
Yeah.
You're also seeing Ladd McConkey fall now, whereas Ladd McConkey sometimes a month ago you'd see him at the turn that in that 12 through 15 range, people jumping him, and now you're seeing him fall sometimes to the early 3rd round. But mostly he's fallen in that 21 to 24 overall range. It's probably the Keenan Allen signing a little bit. He missed some time in camp as well, McConkey. But that Jamar Chase, Ladd McConkey, that's a whole lot of catches there out of the 1 hole.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is the Keenan Allen signing, right? I mean, that's really when he started falling more to the end of the 2nd round here, is after they signed Keenan Allen, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that Keenan Allen is really going to take that much away from McConkey, or will McConkey still be the same guy that they use out of the slot all the time?
On deck.
It didn't affect me in any way in my thought process of if I'm in or out on McConkey, the Keenan Allen signing. Not at all. I didn't think they had a strong depth chart to begin with. So they just needed to shore up their wide receiver 2/3.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't feel as confident in Trey Harris or Quentin Johnston. So bring in a veteran like Keenan Allen. Herbert has rapport with him, and he'll be a solid veteran that catches 4 or 5 balls a game.
Right, absolutely. Where was Keenan Allen going before he got signed? I mean, he was way late, right?
Oh, he was going. He was in the wilderness.
Yeah,
he was in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm on the clock here. Let me get into my board. And
see, this is it. They knew that I would distract
this is what happens. Yeah.
I know.
This is what happens, Greg. I get thrown off. I'm not used to this, but I gotta go find it.
Okay, Duke, I gotta ask you, did you jump in here because you thought Chris was the guppy in this one, and that's why everybody? I mean, this thing filled so fast, right?
I'll say it like it is. Chris is a great white, but I like hunting great whites, and I like putting them on my boats. It just makes it feel that much better.
Well said, Duke.
Well said is right.
Duke, I got to get you out to New York one time, man. I know you're out there in those poker streets. Can't get you out of Vegas, but one time you got to make it to New York for the live drafts.
I was thinking about that, and I will be doing that one of these years for sure. Go out there.
All right, so just to say, Chris is hosting our New York live events on Friday, August 29th. We have his bar rented out the entire day, food and drink the entire day. We're selling out everything. 2 prime times already. The 3rd prime time almost done. $2,500 auction, $1,600 auction, a super that is going to be aired on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. We finalized that. They're going to air that, and they're going to re-air it a couple of times over that weekend. So, Chris, I'm excited. I know you're excited. This has been something we've worked on, and it's going to be good for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad it all came together, Greg. And I'm surprised. I'm sure you're, pleasantly surprised as well as how many leagues we sold out already before August 1st.
Absolutely.
I thought I was going to have to work the phones and get on the, and start calling in favors for people to come out to the East Coast. But you know what? We got guys like Jack Hahn getting on a plane and Chris Eibel, big time auction players and regular redraft players as well, coming out to New York, as well as a host of others. Greg, you said it. I think 6 drafts are already filled up. We have room. I think only 3 more spots left for 1 prime time and a bullet.
And a bullet. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And other than that, man, we're full. We filled up the 12-team online Rotowire Online Championship League.
Yep.
So I'm really excited. I am. I can't wait to host it. It's going to be a nice open bar, food all day. And I hope everyone else is looking forward to it.
Absolutely. That's what we're doing. We're encouraging people to come on early and watch the auction if you want, hang out if you want. It's going to be great. And then when your time to draft is up, other people will watch you guys as well. But this is going to be like a hangout bar, ultimate fantasy sports, fantasy football, and it's going to be great. So we're going to have a good time for sure. Yeah. I mean, honestly, some guys that come to Las Vegas are going back out there. I mean, Matt Shepard is going all the way from San Francisco to out there because he wants to experience it. So we're going to miss him in Las Vegas. But no, this is good for the NFFC. It's good for the East Coast. This is 22 straight years we've held in New York City. And we'll be back at GST next year because we're off to a great start. So you can count on it for next year.
That sounds good to me. And yes, Matt Shepard, another great player. Never comes to New York, Greg. First time he's coming to New York, I believe. At least that what I remember, but he's coming all the way over to do the auctions and the drafts, and he's another one on the list. Great, just a room full of really great high stakes players that day. So the competition will be top notch as well.
Well, that's what I was going to say. As if you guys needed more competition out there, right? I mean, we already got enough Hall of Famers and everything. Then Eibel comes out there, and Jack Hahn comes out there, and Matt Shepard's coming out there.
Seriously.
All right, let's take a look at the board here since we last left. Duke, you're starting out with the 3 wide receivers. I see in Calvin Ridley. Boy, he hooked up with Cam Ward even this weekend. We knew it was going to be going good between those two, but in the preseason they look good together too.
Yeah, I loved it before that preseason game last week, and it just adds more fuel to the fire. Liking this guy. It really has a chance to really break out this year and put up some big numbers.
Nice. You jumped him up a little bit though for there. He's been going 4th round, right?
Yeah, I don't care. No ADP sheep here. I'm one of the guys that I want to get that's going to get me in 1st or 2nd place to put me in that 3-week sprint and take this whole thing down.
There you go.
Absolutely. And Duke will tell you, you get different looks combinations there. You jump them up a little bit. Now that's a nice little combination that a lot of people don't have. But you're looking at 2 guys right there in the middle of that 3rd round. Tet McMillan, I think, is going to live in the 3rd round once we get out to Vegas to the big drafts. Calvin Ridley, I think, has a chance to make it into that 3rd round, just like Duke just did. And you see those 2 moving up, and you see one guy sliding all the way down that was moving into the late 2nd round. Now he's moving into the late 3rd round, early 4th round, and that's Amarian Hampton with the Slater injury news. So people are running scared from Amarian Hampton.
Yeah, he was going definitely 27, 28. Now he goes 36 right now. All right, Joe Burrow goes to team 1, so he's got the Chase Burrow hookup. Dan Hindery did a analysis of our online championships, and I think it was 39.2% of teams in the OC had the Chase Burrow hookup. So it's a great hookup, but it's not original or uncommon, I should say. So, let's see. We got. We'll keep an eye. Like I say, I like to look at the stacks, if you will, and we'll keep an eye on that tonight. Chris, let me just ask you, do you think you need to have a stack to win the overall?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You need good players and you need health.
Yeah.
You stay healthy, you stay away from the landmines, you draft good players. I think everybody's a little recency bias. The last, maybe 2 out of the last 4 years, the stacks were all the rage, and that's what happened with the people that won. You know, the Burrow Higgins team last year and the Burrow Chase a couple years back.
Yep.
Hold on, let me make a pick here.
And Gecko had Baker and he had Evans, and then week 17 those two just went off. So that was a stack that not a lot of people probably had in the championship round, and it worked out really good for him. So yeah, it's definitely proven in the last 4 or 5 years that if you stack, it can win. Do you stack an awful lot? I know I've asked you this before.
I've done so more so this year, but I haven't. I will when I can, but I'm not doing the Burrow Chase stack. It's just too common. Everybody has it. I'm staying away from that.
Yeah.
That's very true with the Burrow Chase, because it's easy to get. You know, you get the number one pick. You get the number one pick. You get Jamar Chase. Now at 36, 37, not too many people are taking Burrow in the third round. So it's your choice if you want to put them together, you know, at the 36, 37 turn. A lot of people are choosing to do it. So I agree with Duke there. You don't have to do it.
No, and in fact, some people are forcing it because Allen might be on the board and they still take Burrow ahead of Allen, even though they probably have Allen higher on their board, but because they want that stack so bad, they take Burrow ahead of Allen.
Yep. Terry McLaurin comes off the board right there. I think we're about a week away from panicking on Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. Hey, there's one right there. Trevion Henderson. You take one back 100 yards on the kickoff, you start moving up in drafts, right?
There's the rocket ship right there, Greg.
Yeah. So what do you think?
We live in a world where Trevion Henderson is now coming off the board before Breece Hall in drafts.
Yep. I mean, he is electric. We saw it at Ohio State. He could take screen passes all the way to the house. Certainly in that preseason, he just showed the speed that he had. He's a powerful running back. But again, he's a rookie. There's a veteran that's sharing a little bit of time with him. We'll see what he does. But like you said, Breece Hall is the more common player that we know about. So he goes after Trevion Henderson.
Chris, what's your thoughts on that with Breece Hall? What's going on in the situation of a potentially split backfield? Do you believe that?
I honestly don't. I think he's way more talented than Braylon Allen and the kid Davis. I think that Aaron Glenn wants to bring that same system over from Detroit. Use Breece Hall as his Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to catch a ton of balls this year, so I think his floor is pretty safe. That is, Breece Hall. I think he'll be a 5 for 50 type receiver out of the backfield each week, and I think he's going to get 12 to 15 carries, and maybe he loses short yardage work to Braylon Allen, but I still think running and receiving, Breece Hall is going to be safe in that offense against, with a good offensive line now, a Jets team that keeps investing in their offensive line, building on it. And, they're a run heavy team. So, I mean, a lot of things are setting up well for Breece Hall. When I see him in the fourth round, I'm clicking.
Yeah. I mean, Braylon Allen's from Wisconsin. He's a good kid. Just the other night, I mean, against the Jets just demolished the Packers. The Packers just looked terrible, unprepared. But Allen,
what's up with that, Greg? You worried?
I'm worried from the coaching standpoint because that's impossible to come out flat when a home crowd is there and it's perfect in August and they just look terrible. 7 holding penalties, fumble, a sack in the end zone. The offensive line play was terrible. The defense was not playing vanilla defense either. They were blitzing. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff, and they just tore their ass open on that drive. And Braylon Allen looked very good that night. Now, he had some huge holes, obviously, but he looks a little bigger, actually, this year, I think. I like him. He's a good kid.
Okay. We're going to go with.
But I do think you're right that Glenn wants to do what he did in Cleveland, or what they did in Cleveland with Breece Hall being his Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. And that's music to Breece Hall owners' ears right there. You know?
Well, there you go. Now you got a guy with high upside in Jameson Williams, right?
Yeah, he's slipping a little bit. I don't know. Duke, you noticing that in your drafts nightly that Jameson Williams, I'm in a slow prime time right now. I think Jameson Williams came off the board, same spot, middle of the 5th.
A month ago, he's going in, in the 4th round in the middle. He is slipping a little bit. I don't quite understand that either. And getting him at the 5 there, that's a nice hit right there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'll take him as my wide receiver 4 any day of the week.
Yep. All right. Travis Hunter goes at
I thought he was going to start moving up into that 3-4 turn. See, this year, the way I see the board. Oh, yeah. Well, he's another one moving up. Everybody loves the rookies in the high stakes drafts, Greg. You know that.
Yeah. They want to say that they knew he was going to be a superstar before he became a superstar, right?
Of course.
Let me ask you both real quickly here. Kenneth Walker went at pick 50, 5-2 there. Man, that guy's having trouble staying on the field even in practice right now. Do you have any concerns there or not?
I have major concerns. I think he's made a paper mache. I don't draft him on any of my teams the last 3 years.
Yeah.
He's one guy I stay away from, and I'm glad I do. When he plays, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it the same way. The only thing that's concerned, I have a hard time with him because the foot issue is always there. He is always banged up.
Yeah.
But it's another team that wants to really commit to the run. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Mm-hmm. When you build a heavy wide receiver team early and you get into this 4th and early 5th round range, and you're looking for your RB1 on a team that you have 2 solid receivers and maybe even 3. Mm-hmm. He's one of the main guys you're staring at, and it's tough to pass up a guy that you know is going to get heavy volume in a run first team. So if he could stay healthy, that could be a huge hit on your fantasy team with him as your lead dog.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You start out with 3 wide receivers. You got Hall, who's an RB1, and now you're taking a shot at Walker. You play him when he's healthy and he puts up big numbers, and you got to find a lot of depth at the running back position to back him up. But this guy could be a home run hitter if he could stay healthy in the championship round in weeks 15 through 17. So
no doubt.
Another rookie moving on up is Igbokwe. Goes at pick 58 in the 5th round here. Man, I think when we get to Las Vegas, if these guys stay healthy in the preseason, I think these rookies just keep moving on up.
All of them, Greg.
All of them. That's what I mean.
You're a rookie. You're moving up. Like, that's just the name of the game right now. It seems like that for every one of them,
I said early when we were doing these live streams, there were like 13 rookies in the top 100. And I said, I don't remember a year when we were that many rookies in the top 100. Well, now these guys are probably like in the top 80, 13 of them or so. But it's an incredible rookie class. Let's see if they can produce now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The kid Igbokwe is just tearing up camp.
Yeah.
And he's another one that what a lotto ticket he is. If Godwin keeps missing time and goes on the pup and you don't see him maybe till October or whatever. Igbokwe could step right in that pass offense, be the number 2 guy, catch a ton of balls. People are loving him.
I wouldn't see him going to the 1-2 turn next year. I would not be surprised. He's that talented on the perfect offense, great quarterback. I think that kid is just gifted. He's going to be a big-time hitter this year.
Yeah, he was so good at Ohio State, man. He was so good. But he was going where, like 7th, 8th round a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, long time ago. Yes.
Yeah,
he's a under now.
Yeah.
Those days are over. It's always fun to look back in June drafts or early July and then see what the board looks like now and go, oh my God, I was getting this guy at 105 overall, and now he's living in the 70s. And then you sit back and you act like you already won the money already,
Yeah, I did a draft, I think at the end of April or May, and Igbokwe went last pick in the 9th round.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Was that you, Duke? Did you get that, Duke?
I did not get him. No, I let him go like a donkey.
All right, interesting here. I think, what do we have? Only 3 quarterbacks taken right now. We're in round 6.
Yeah, big
or 4. We got 4 quarterbacks. Yeah,
well, the big 4.
This is I have not seen this yet. I have 4 legit, I think, number 1 wide receivers, and now I got the luxury of getting this guy of Rashee Rice here in the 6th round. I really like that a lot.
I was waiting for somebody to pull the trigger on him.
All right, so the prediction: how many games is he going to get suspended?
6.
Duke, you hit it on the head. I've been telling everybody for months. I don't know how he doesn't get anything less than 6. Everybody's convinced 4, maybe 2 to 4. I think it's crazy. I think he's getting 6. I've been shying away from Rashee Rice. If he catches 4 games, anybody that drafts him like Duke just did in this range, could go out and pop some champagne. They got a huge home run pick on their hands. I'd wait 4 games for Rashee Rice in the 6th round all the time, but I honestly think it's going to be 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, Addison got 3, so I mean, he's got to get more than that, obviously. So, Duke, what's your thought process there? I mean, you think it's going to be early suspension in the season, and you got a guy in weeks 15, 17, and the end of the season?
He's a golden goose right now. If I can go 3-3 the first 6 weeks of the season, stay, 2nd through 4th overall in points, I like my chances of throwing that guy on my roster with that core of receivers that I got. If I can hit on my upcoming running backs in the next 3-4 rounds.
Right. You're playing for the 250. Get in the
championship. I don't care about anything else in that. Yes.
Yep.
I just think, just going back to Rice real quick, Duke, I honestly think that the Henry Ruggs situation is still on Goodell's mind. He's got to drop the hammer on this, Rashee Rice situation with the speeding and everything like that. So I don't think he's going to get a pass here and only get 2 to 4.
With all that being said, Chris, don't you think a decision's got to be coming down within a week?
Yeah.
It's the storyline of almost every draft right now is, where are the Chiefs going to go? Is Worthy a value? Is Rice a value? Is Mahomes a value? Like, it's just holding up all our drafts until this news comes out. Yeah, Greg, I'm on the clock. I know. Let's see.
But Duke, you said you think he's getting 6. I mean, you're drafting him thinking he's going to get 6, right? You said that?
But I have the luxury of I don't need him right now.
Right.
And I have 4 arguably, really, really good wide receivers.
Yeah.
I'm gambling on my running backs in this particular draft, to come through for me. And if they do, then this team could be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a no-brainer. Right. It's a no-brainer pick for Duke in that type of build. He sits on the bench. He doesn't even feel it affecting him. He's got 4 monsters, and it's when Rice gets back into that lineup, it's a dream. I'd like to toot my own horn here, Greg. I mean,
I know.
Jaden Daniels, what did I miss something? I thought I missed him while we were getting closer to me being.
I was just looking at his ADP over the last 2 weeks. It's 45. What's going on?
That's got to be the latest, right?
Chris, that's a A+ drafting team there right now. Look at your players, all upside, all just everything you love. I'm liking that draft you're putting together right now.
Yeah, his lowest was 67 before that pick, so you got him at 68 over the last 2 weeks. That is so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a crazy. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you get in these drafts, right, Duke? That everybody just has the mentality, like, you know what? Tonight, I'm waiting on quarterback. I'm sitting back.
Yeah,
that's the storyline of one of the storylines of fantasy this summer is quarterback. Everybody views it so deep, maybe deep as ever.
Yeah,
whether it's 15, 16, 18 quarterbacks deep. You could sit back, get a good one in the later rounds, put a combination together of 2 good quarterbacks later on after the 10th round. So I guess I'm the benefactor of Jaden Daniels sliding.
You're the benefactor of the QB chicken play tonight. So good job there. Yeah. All right. So I assume you like your start to your first 6 rounds here.
Yeah, Greg, no complaints. 4 big receivers, and I got my 1 bell cow, with a top 5 mobile quarterback. So, I'm so far so good. I'll take it. Let's see if I mess it up from here on out.
I would call that the hero running back strategy. You get 1 good bell cow back, like you said, and then you just bang out those wide receivers. Sometimes that running back comes in the first round. Sometimes it comes in the second round. But very good start there for sure. All right, so again, only 5 quarterbacks through 74 picks. Again, this is a group that seems to be waiting, and not so much on the stacks even. Like, you certainly didn't need to worry about a stack there. You got a quarterback you want. Hurts is not stacked with A.J. Brown like we've seen an awful lot. So really it's just the Burrow Chase stack right now. There goes Mahomes, 6th quarterback. Again, no stacking there at this point.
Oh, Sander.
You are up.
That's a good pick right there.
Yeah, it's an excellent pick. Yeah.
Yep, and Team 9 is going hero running back kind of as well. Got 4 wide receivers. Got CMC as long as he stays healthy. And Pollard, with the Ty J. Spears high ankle sprain, I mean, Pollard's got to take more of the load there, right? Also, only 4 tight ends at this point. Those top 3 go early, and then you start seeing Laporta, and 1 other tight end seems to go pretty soon after that. There you got a bell cow back with the Chiefs and a good offense, right?
You know what, Greg? I don't have many shares, if any at all, of Pacheco. And I think on this type of build, it's a good spot to give me a volume type running back. I'm probably not the biggest Isaiah Pacheco fan there is, but as my RB2 on a build like this, he'll get the volume, he'll get the touchdowns, and a good offense. I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the perfect piece of the puzzle of your roster right there. If he hits great upside for your team there.
So what are you noticing here, Greg, on this board? Anything stand out to you build-wise?
No, I mean, there's so many different ones. 2 guys started out with 2 running backs. I think the biggest thing is people waited on quarterbacks more than I've seen recently. The tight ends here, they're waiting a little bit on. But, no, I think a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow stickers is what I see right now.
Yeah, that is a lot of yellow out there.
But I was curious to see where Henderson would go, and in the 4th round is interesting. I was interested in seeing where Ridley was going to go because I thought they looked really good together in the first preseason game, and that's everything you've been hearing out of camp. I mean, Ridley sometimes goes start of the 5th round, early 4th round, or end of 4th round, I should say. And so Duke jumping him up a full round. We may see Ridley more in the 3rd round now, I think. Omarion Hampton is an interesting one, like you said. He had been going early 3rd round. Now he goes the end of the 3rd round. So those are some of the guys.
When do we start seeing Trevion Henderson go ahead of Omarion Hampton? Is that day coming soon?
The day came a couple of days ago. He went in the 2nd round in one of the drafts.
That's right. 18th
Get out of here,
overall.
really?
I saw that. 18th overall.
Wow.
I think that was Trevion Henderson's parents that drafted him there.
Well, I'll say if he takes another kickoff back 100 yards, then he will end up going in the 2nd round. But, I mean, I don't think anybody even touched him on that one. So, but, preseason is preseason. I think the one thing I did take away from the preseason, there were more kickoff returns, right? Whatever adjustment they made, like if they kick it in the end zone, it goes to the 35. I think teams are more willing now to kick the ball off to the guy and stop him inside the 35. So I guess that was one takeaway from the preseason I got.
How about that 70-yard field goal from Little? That was kind of neat, huh?
Hey, shout out to Frankie Mamola.
I was going to say that.
Duke, do you remember? We were sitting there. That was all Frank would talk about all last summer in Vegas was he went on vacation and he was in the pool and he got introduced to Cam Little. And he said, who are you? They were talking. He goes, I'm the field goal kicker for the Jaguars. And he said, I'm going to draft this kid. He could kick it a mile. And we were like, all right,
Yeah.
Frank was in like the Caribbean or whatever, wasn't he? He was in the pool in the Caribbean or something. I thought he said it was his agent. I think he was.
Oh, was it his agent?
Yeah.
All right.
And his agent said, this kid's got the best leg. And so Frank is saying, I'm drafting this guy everywhere. And he was kind of inconsistent last year, but came on. But he's got a big leg.
We would laugh because a lot of us would draft him just based on that. We said, all right, we'll take a shot on him.
Yeah.
And then we dropped him and we were giving him shit the whole time, text messaging him,
Yeah, I bet you heard from him after the 70-yard field goal, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the preseason game, when he kicked the game, I was doing a draft, and I'm talking to my buddy Steve Shumway on the phone. He goes, "What the hell? Somebody just drafted Little in the 16th round as a kicker." I go, "Really?" Kind of find out he kicked a 70-yard field goal.
Yeah, they didn't get credit for that 70-yard field goal, but
that's all it takes sometimes.
That's crazy. I thought last year, like when McCarthy would bring out that kid on the other side of the 50 for a field goal, I'm like, this is crazy, really? But these kids have legs that they can kick them from 65. And
no, that guy, he's the biggest weapon in the kicking game since Justin Tucker in his heyday. Like
absolutely.
you bring him in when you cross the 40 of the opposing. Like he can bang 62 yarders like nothing.
Well, and that's the thing in our scoring system. I mean, that's 6.2, right? Like you're not getting 6.2 from your kickers very often, and that's one, and then he does another one, and all of a sudden you're getting double digits every week out of that position.
The field goal, the kicking game, I'm telling you, it's the most underrated part of fantasy. Like you get an 18 from your kicker on a Sunday,
right?
And you don't realize it's like playing with an extra flex player. You look over at teams you're playing against. They kick 3 extra points and like get a 5, and your kicker's getting an 18 or 20.
Right.
It's a huge swing.
So you can slap me if you want, but I'm tired of hearing on like Sirius XM, get rid of the kickers. We don't want them. They're not real. I mean, there's a strategy involved, isn't there? Right?
100%.
And why are we changing the game to make it dumber? Right?
Yeah, the whole ban kickers thing, get lost.
Okay, good. Then you didn't slap me.
You have an alpha kicker like the Cowboys,
right.
12.3 points a game.
Right.
So the average kicker in the rest of the NFL is 8-9 points a game. Right. Over 17-week seasons, that's massive amount of points right there.
Right. And so the strategy is, when do you pick them, right?
Exactly. It's a strategy. It all goes into strategy.
Absolutely. No, I'm tired of that, changing these games. No, there's a strategy involved. Hey, get rid of 2 catchers in baseball too. I don't like taking that second catcher. Well, I'm sorry. There's a strategy involved. So
like anything else, anything that's tough in anything, everybody wants to do away with it.
Right. Make it easier. Dumb it down for me. Right.
Yeah. All right. That was you. That was you, team that just pulled the trigger on Mason, right?
Yeah.
That's a solid pick. What do you think about that Vikings backfield?
I just don't see Aaron Jones holding up. I don't. I see Mason eventually taking over and getting my third running back with the other 2 that I have. I think I did pretty good after going all yellow stickers.
Yeah, he's going after Jones still, and I wouldn't doubt if they go real close to each other going forward. I love Aaron Jones too, but boy, I don't know if he can stay healthy like he did last year. He did. He basically did stay relatively healthy and played all the games, but I could see Mason obviously during the goal line and even more so during the season.
What I've seen so many drafts now too, Greg and Chris, where I've seen Aaron Jones going to the 7th, and they come right back with Jordan Mason in the 8th. That's so too much. Giving up too much to get those 2. Can't do that.
Yeah.
You're handcuffing that backfield, but now you got to start one or the other. You're not starting both of them. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think you either shit or get off the pot on that backfield, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, there you got Caleb Johnson goes in round 8, one of the rookies that maybe didn't move up after this weekend, right? He didn't look all that great, but
he's one of the biggest ballers. He's been on the sixth round perennially. The first call, he's fallen 2 full rounds.
I think people got it a little wrong here. I mean, I follow up with the other running back in that backfield, and that's Jalen Warren.
I'm back on his bandwagon now. Exactly. I got my first share of him, Chris, just a couple days ago, just because of that.
Well, Chris just got it right now.
Yeah.
I'll take him as my RB3. I just think when it comes down to it, you got to protect Rodgers back there. You got a veteran. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. You got a nice floor with Jalen Warren. I always like Jalen Warren. I still think he'll be more of the lead back over Caleb Johnson, at least early in the season. And if Caleb Johnson can't pass protect back there, you might see a lot more Jalen Warren all year long. So in the 8th round,
he could be one of the best picks in the draft in the 8th round, where you just got him there. That was a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trust me, if Caleb Johnson's in there and he misses a block on Rodgers will be talking to Tomlin about him not being in there during passing situations. So he'll be in his ear in a big time way. So some interesting picks here. I mean, Mason in the 8th round, Jalen Warren in the 8th round. Godwin goes in the 8th round here. Interesting to see when we're going to see him.
A lot of backfields like that, right, in fantasy this year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Here you go at J.K. Dobbins, right? Zach Charbonneau. The Kenneth Walker guy took Zach Charbonneau there. So little handcuff there of that backfield, if you will. And not a bad way to do it. I mean, that's what, 3 rounds difference. So no, you're not in favor of it?
No.
Not my style either, dude.
I am not doing that. No.
Yeah.
Give me 11th round with like Benson or something like that, to go with Connor. But no, I am not doing that. Like Benson went the 8th round in my draft last night. That was like ridiculous. For me, it was ridiculous him going in the 8th round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're that scared of Walker, then just don't draft Walker if you're that particular drafter. And then on top of it, there's so much talent right now in these 8 through 12 rounds in fantasy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This year, you could be getting someone else's handcuff. You could be getting another solid, player at another position.
Yes.
So that's the way I see it.
Round 7 through 11 is where you win. This is where you're going to win your leagues. It's pretty almost elementary the first 3 rounds for me. Players that are going, it's who the next 8 picks are that's going to make your team.
Yep. Chris, what's your thought on the Giants backfield there? You see Tracy goes at the end of round 7, then you see Scatterbo go at the round 8. Are they thunder and lightning, or is one going to be better than the other?
No, everybody that you listen to for the last 3 months is so in love with Scatterbo and hyping him up to the point where he was going ahead of Tyrone Tracy. I didn't understand it. Then, Scatterbo in like the first couple of days of camp gets hurt. He's a rookie, a 4th round rookie that is now going to miss most of camp. And yet people are still taking him in the top 100 while, a back that proved he could get it done last year, who catches the ball out of the backfield, is still coming at a pretty crazy value. People are just now starting to move Tracy up a little bit to where he's getting drafted in the 80s. And sometimes the 70s. I have multiple shares at pick 95 to 110 in the month of July. And I look back at those drafts, and those drafts are the ones that I love the most, where he's sitting there as my RB3 or RB4.
Yeah. Tracy in the 11th and 10th round on a handful of teams that I got. And I'm on board. That was my decision in the 7th round there, Brian Robinson or Tracy. And I went with Robinson this time, but I had no problem taking Tracy there in that spot also.
Yeah.
You are up.
All right, Tyler Warren, he's going to be moving on up, I think, a little bit as well. So he goes in the 9th round to team 9.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Sam Laporta this year of the rookie.
He could be.
He's going to go. I think he can do very, very well.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be the quarterback there? Richardson or Daniel Jones? Come on.
I don't think Richardson can handle it. He gets hurt.
That's why I think Warren would be more valuable if Daniel Jones is quarterback there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Chris in the tight end department store picking right now, huh?
Yeah, I think Evan Ingram will play a nice role in this Broncos offense as the 1B to Sutton right now. In this range of the draft, I have my 4 receivers. Maybe if there was a receiver that I really liked, I would have put a 5th one on my team there. But I'm good with Ingram. I think there's a little bit of a tier break now that Kelsey, Warren, and Ingram are off the board. So I think I got the last one that I'm happy with looking at it, tiers.
Yeah, and he has good potential in that Sean Payton offense, I think. People think he could do well. I mean, if you're a Giants fan, you probably don't want to pick him, but you did anyways.
And I am a Giant fan. Yeah.
I know. You don't hold grudges anymore, do you?
No.
All right.
No.
The tight ends is interesting. Like we said, Laporta was the 4th one who went start round 7. Then Andrews actually went ahead of TJ Hawkinson. Obviously, with the likely injury, Andrews is moving up a little bit. I don't know if I've seen him go ahead of Hawkinson a lot. You guys would know better than I would, but he goes there, and then you see Kelsey, Warren, and Ingram go right after that. Team 6 with the Dak selection.
That hurt, Duke.
Duke, were you thinking about it?
I got Dak on half my team. That's okay.
Duke's backed the bus up on Dak so far this summer, so he's good. He can let someone else have him for once.
But that would have been a stack that you could have had there then.
Yeah.
Listen, I would have took Dak coming back in the 10th after the teams 1, 2, and 3 already had quarterbacks. Sure.
Yeah. I was looking at that. Duke's in a good spot if it makes it to him, because now he buys himself an extra 6 picks on the board. He could go to another position and know he has Dak in his back pocket there. So that's always nice when you're sitting in one of those 4 or 5 or 8 or 9 spots. You look to the right, right or left, 3 or 4 spots. and they all have elite quarterbacks or elite tight ends. You know, you got to, unless somebody does something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you're dipping into the tight end market as well.
Yeah, as long as Flacco's back there, I love me some Njoku.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke, you're right. I said that with Ingram being the last of the tier, but I did see Njoku out there. It worries me a little bit end of the season if Flacco's out of there. I have Njoku a little bit down my rankings as compared to the guys that came off the board, but I see your point on Njoku for sure.
Well, if Flacco's not in there at the end of the season, who's the quarterback of that team?
Who knows? You got any eligibility left, Greg?
No, I was a quarterback in 1977, if they want to look at any tape from back then. Well, Shador looked pretty good. We'll see if he...
You know what? He did look good.
He did.
He did look good.
Yeah, he showed some athleticism in the pocket.
Yeah.
Showed a good arm. We'll see how they use him. There's Jaden Blue goes to team 3. Let's hope he gets back on the practice field pretty soon because he was looking very good. Where was he going early? Another rookie, but where was he going weeks ago?
150 range, Duke, right? 140, 150, 160. And then that whole lazy talk sent him torpedoing down the draft board. And then, whoever was responsible for saying that.
A former assistant coach who wasn't even with the team, I think they said.
2 weeks later, he was up 6 rounds.
Yeah, right. Interesting. All right, there goes Packers Tucker Kraft.
I like him.
I do too.
I like him.
After watching him on Saturday, I'm not sure about this offense, but I like him, so hopefully we'll see. I didn't even see did the Golden and Jane Reed go yet?
Golden's off the board. Wow.
Reed's still out there.
Reed's still okay. So I just wanted to see after he shows up in the walking boot. So Golden goes at 72. That's
Greg, we're talking about your boy. They love him over there. He's looking good. Golden.
I know it. He seems to catch everything. And even the one catch he caught against the Jets was a tough slant. He just hands caught it. There goes Benson that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So 109 for Benson. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But listen, those two are going right next to each other, right? I mean, Reed going a little bit ahead of Golden, then Golden got a little bit ahead of him last weekend. Mm-hmm. Well, now you're in a walking boot and you're, 4 rounds plus behind. So we'll see. I have no idea what's going on with Jaden Reed. I think nobody knew he was walking out there with a walking boot. None of the reporters knew anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. Well, you do remember week 1 last year, Jaden Reed went crazy, and he's going to the 5th round in prime times on Saturday.
Hey, we had a diamond going that night, and at halftime, he went in the 2nd round. He went like 17th pick or whatever. No, I'm not kidding you.
Well, I believe you. Yeah.
It's always amazing. And now, again, another year of 2 games,
right.
Before we draft on that Friday and Saturday there. Right. How much that shakes up the board. And not only Jaden Reed, I remember last year, but Isaiah Likely's huge game. Yes. Isaiah Likely, people were taken in the 5th round to get those points.
Yep.
Just wild stuff happens that last couple days of drafts. Yeah,
and if Isaiah Likely would have had a toe tap inbounds on that last catch, he might have gone in the 3rd or 4th round at that point. But no, absolutely. No, you think back to the Thursday night game when Peyton Manning threw 6 touchdowns or 7 touchdowns. He was the number 1 pick on Saturday morning, remember? So,
Chris, this guy here, he's going higher and higher, and I think he should go even higher. I think he has an opportunity to carve out a really good role over here, this rookie, Dylan Sampson here.
Oh, absolutely, because, we know what Jerome Ford is. I'm under the impression that Junkins, you don't see him this year at all. I've been saying that for weeks now. I don't know why. I think he's out the whole season. So that brings an electric rookie that could catch the ball out of the backfield in Sampson up against Jerome Ford. Why would they lean on Jerome Ford in October when they're 2-5? Turn it over to a rookie running back like Sampson, and away you go. And I think that's a great pick, Duke.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I like it. The kid's gonna have an amazing opportunity to I think he can do 12, 15 points a week every week in that lineup.
Yep.
Yeah,
And where has he been going recently?
Oh, well, he was going in the 12th, 13th round. Now he's going up in the 10th round, 11th round, right around there, between 10-5, 11-2 in that area, right around there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think where he's going right now, where Duke just took him, that's where he's gonna make a living.
All right.
You are on deck.
Interesting round right here. Trey Benson, who's got some upside, obviously, there. Even Connor is saying they might have a little bit of a split backfield, although I don't believe that. Keenan Allen goes here in round 10. Jaden Reed falls all the way to round 10. I mean, even Reed says he doesn't know if he's going to be ready for week 1. So It's a foot sprain that happened last Wednesday in camp. Nobody really thought much of it. They say they're being preventative by keeping him in a boot right now, but come on. You can't be missing time here. Honestly, I'll tell you what, you're going to see a lot more.
Very worrisome seeing him. You never know,
Yeah, no, I know it. I honestly think they want to do a lot of 2 tight end sets this year with Musgrave and Kraft, and a lot of play action, run the ball strong out of that set, then play action to Jacobs. I think you're going to see an awful lot of that. Ayuk going in round 10. This is an interesting round, man. There's a lot of different names here.
These last picks are very interesting.
Very interesting in round 10 here. Like you said, I mean, round 7 to 11 is very, very important. So if you're doing handcuffing and stuff like that, you might be missing out.
Yes.
Let's see here.
All right, we'll stay on we'll try to get through round 12. I'm just showing the bigger board here. There's 20 rounds. Again, 12 teams, 20 rounds. There's a $350 entry fee. It's called the Rotowire Online Championship. Go to playnffc.com. We pay $1,500 to first place in the league, $700 to second place in the league. The top 2 are guaranteed spots in the championship round in weeks 15, 16, 17. You carry your weekly scoring average from the first 14 weeks and then get hot in the next 3 weeks. You can win $250,000. And it's been crazy the last couple of years. Last year, Mark Cerebro, Jason Emma went from 46th to 1st in the last week. The year before, Jeffrey Kozlowski did the exact same thing, went from 46th.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Like, that is crazy to me. I remember when it happened, we were like all talking, and we were like, wait a minute, Kozlowski did the same thing last year, 46th place on Sunday. I don't know. People are going to be trying to put themselves in that 46th spot this year on purpose.
You know what the crazy thing about that last weekend is, and you guys know this, it's Christmas, right? So you have games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's a 5-day where you're seeing yourself move up, seeing yourself moved up. Oh, my God, I got a chance here on Monday night. And, of course, he did, and he passed Randy Meckles. And Randy didn't have anybody playing on Monday night, so he had to watch Mark. And,
it's a slow death watching that.
Slow death.
Gibbs and St. Brown, go off and put up all those points. It's just got to be a slow death for Randy, but Randy's a great player as well.
Yeah, Randy is from Long Prairie, Minnesota, where my brother lives, Mike, and he used to work for Randy and got Randy involved in the NFFC, and Randy just loves it and did more, got successful and is doing more. And so that was a tough beat for Randy, no doubt about it. But he's a good guy, and he got 50,000 instead of 250,000.
Yeah, well, you know what? You take that. You take that 50K. Any day of the week, you take that. Hey, Greg, I gotta say, this is the first live stream I think I've seen without Paul Spateri on it. I know he's in this league. My guy Paul, it's been like the Greg and Paul show all summer long. I'm shocked that he hasn't jumped on, or
I wanted him on tonight. He thinks he's had too much exposure. He's getting too exposed. So
I thought you capped him at so many live streams.
I like having 4 guys on, but I love it. I'm glad we have at least Duke on here because, when you have 2 other drafters or you got 3, it just brings a different perspective. When you guys at the 4 spot and the 8 spot, it's great to get perspectives on this. And
it is. It really
you guys know the draft board better than I do. I don't watch as many drafts as Tom and Jeff do, of course. But this is fantastic commentary, and I think people are getting a good lesson on all of this. So good stuff.
Well, I hope so. Oh, there's another hot.
Yeah, there you go. Flying up the charts.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You know what, though? He could be legit, though. He could be the guy,
Yeah, absolutely. Very quick.
Yeah.
And he got screwed in college, right, with admissions or whatever. They didn't let him play his last year. So
that's right. Some people had a 3rd round grade on him.
Really?
And he falls all the way to, I believe that he was the 6th to the 7th round.
Yeah, right.
And he's looking like he could be the early down back if Brian Robinson falters.
Yep. So again, really no hurry on quarterbacks. Duke, you still do not have one. Team 5 does not have one. Everybody else has one only. So, but Purdy just went. Bo Nix just went. You like a lot of these guys in this range, though, don't you, Duke?
Yeah, I've done so many drafts where I've actually even taken 3 quarterbacks. And then you get comments. I don't know why guys draft 3 quarterbacks. You're gonna tell me your decision you make every single week. I hear that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I look at it as I got 3 quarterbacks. I got the best matchup every single week for the first 17 weeks. And I get the best matchup that I can. I like having that.
Man, Greg, what Duke just said should be like engraved in people's minds. Stop being Stone Age. Stop thinking, oh, what's the league mates going to think if I draft 3 quarterbacks? This is the year you do it. If you wait until after round 10 to draft your quarterback, well, then you best believe that most of the time you'll see 3 guys on my roster as well, because you could get guys late 17th, 18th round that I think should be going in the 12th round of normal years that are hooked up to good offenses. So if I see a good 3rd quarterback late, instead of putting a 7th wide receiver or an 8th running back on my team, you best believe that quarterback position is real important. And,
you're preaching to the choir, Chris. Why have a quarterback there in the 18th, 19th round that could put up phenomenal numbers compared to getting your number 7 or 8 wide receiver or running back? It makes no sense to me at all.
Not at all.
Well, and the reason being, Duke, and you know it, is people don't want to manage their teams that hard, right? Those are all tough decisions then, and they don't want that. They want the one quarterback, just plug them in every week, right?
Yeah, sure. And that's listen, that's the great thing about taking the Josh Allen, the Lamar Jackson. You go to bed easily. Yeah, I like that too, Greg. I've been doing that for 20 years. I'd rather have the elite quarterback, but you know what? It's also nice to have 4 stud receivers and 3 stud running backs and a good tight end through 8-9 rounds.
Right.
And then you put your quarterback room together. And if I go that route, well, then I'm going to put a quarterback room together and let it play out. There's nothing saying that my round 15 quarterback doesn't play better than my round 12 quarterback.
Absolutely.
So, it's just how you want to travel. It's all about the strategy.
And it's interesting. I mean, only 9 quarterbacks were picked through the first 10 rounds. So, I mean, Duke hasn't taken a quarterback, but we only have 11 of them off the board right now. So, I mean, a lot of people aren't afraid of taking the QB 12 or QB 13. They could turn out to be top 5 quarterbacks or whatever. But, it's not like you are down to QB 21 right now and you're making a decision. So, interesting. And Marvin Mims, another guy who's got a lot of potential upside there. I was just watching Dave Klug's live stream that he did at 8 o'clock, and he took Marvin Mims higher than this and had really good things to say about him.
Yeah, he's in a good spot out in opposite Cortland there. I like him.
Yep. All right. Well, so again, we're in round 11 right now. We'll see if Duke takes a quarterback here in round 12, and then we'll sign off. I have an early bedtime here. I'm really old, so I can't do all 20 rounds. I'm just too old for this. I'm sorry. Plus, I'm at a cottage. I live an easy life. So you guys forgive me, don't you?
Living that dream. We'll be on the pontoon today.
Yeah, pontoon. Yeah,
pontoon.
I've got my captain's hat on because I just took a pontoon ride, got off of there, and jumped right in here. So I have to leave the cottage pretty soon next week.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta leave the cottage so you could go spend 2 weeks in Vegas. Oh. I tell you,
I'm working out there, damn it! I'm working out there. You hold the ship together in New York. I'm counting on you to hold it together. All right.
I'll hold up my end. You hold up yours.
All right. Tom is coming in on Thursday afternoon, so he'll be there for the Thursday night party. So you guys have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll try and give him a wake up call on Friday if he goes out and stays out too late on Thursday. Greg.
Don't let him out too late, okay? Because then he will not show up on Friday. So. Take care of him on Thursday night. Get him crazy on Friday. That's okay. He can throw up on the flight home, right? That's all right. We don't care about that. So, hi, there goes the Cowboys kicker starting round 12, right?
Yeah.
And justified.
I got you. Listen, your team's filled out. Why not? I have no problem with that.
Yep, I hear you. So you see Cowboys, and then you'll see a defense go not too far after that. So again, if you can get extra points, if you can dominate any position, you go for it if you can.
This might be the first year where I think most drafters aren't going crazy over certain defenses. Like there's always every year like a small.
I had the Patriots defense. Got to have them.
Yeah. And this year it's like, the defenses are kind of an afterthought.
I know, but there's one that goes first all the time.
Sure.
Like even in the auctions, it's going for $4, and then the other ones go for $1 or $2. So there is one that's going. So, all right. Well, once again, I thank everyone for joining us tonight. I mean, we got almost 400 people on right now, which is fantastic. Chris, you did a fantastic job. Not only commenting, but I think you drafted better than last year when you did not win this league. Okay.
Thanks, Greg. Hopefully I could cash in this one, but Duke's team will be tough to beat as well.
You talk about not stacking, and here I know intent of stacking, but now here we are in the 12th round. I'm going to go ahead and stack Justin Fields with Garrett Wilson.
There you go.
There you go. He looked damn good on Saturday. I'll tell you what, at Lambeau Field. So I think
it's funny how quickly everybody changed their mind on Justin Fields. He had the bad 3 practices about 2 weeks ago. He fell 3 rounds. I got him in the 15th round, one online draft in that course, in that period. And then, he has the good game. All of a sudden, everybody wants to move him back up again where he was before the bad practices.
Well,
so
you can thank the Packers defense for that. But good stuff. All right, let's see. I got a live stream on Thursday night with Mark Winokur. I'm going to do an online auction championship at 9:00 on Thursday night. That'll be a lot of fun. Tomorrow we got a gladiator championship with John Fish and Eric Albright at 10 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, I've got another one with Sean Childs, gladiator championship. And thanks to everybody who jumped into the gladiator championship. We sold 25 leagues. We had over 300 signups for the gladiator this weekend. Appreciate that. That debut contest is off and running right now. So appreciate everybody tuning in. These live streams are a lot of fun. They're informative. I'm going to keep doing them every day this week. And then I'm going to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. Duke, I will see you in 2+ weeks, my friend. All right?
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
All right, Chris, thanks for everything. And great job with this one. And then thanks again in New York. Okay?
Yeah. Absolutely, Greg. Right. Duke, always a pleasure, and I'll see you out in Vegas as well. And this was a great time, boys.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.